Welcome back to Wolf Weather. It's Saturday, November 18th. I'm Tom, and I'll be guiding you through the graphics. We're going to be looking at this storm that's building over here in the eastern U.S. that's going to be moving through the mid-Atlantic and the southeast, producing a lot of wind and rain on Saturday. So first, let's look at our first graphic, and this shows where the most convection is going to be and the possibility of heavy wind and rain and storms. There could be some thunder and lightning mixed in with this, especially in Middle Tennessee up into Kentucky. Now this shows our winds. This is a wind forecast for Saturday. And you can see those isobars are very tight together, especially over Tennessee and North Carolina. So we're going to be getting some pretty good winds. And they have already started to put out wind advisories already for these higher winds. And looking on our map here, all that dark brown area that you see over Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, even down into parts of Texas, that is all wind advisories. So the amount when this front comes through, it's going to be producing a lot of wind with it. And let's look at our surface map. And if you look, you can see the high that's over North Carolina. And you can see the low pressure that's up there in that is North Dakota, and all that is going to be moving as a front. It's going to be moving southeast, and it's those lows are going to try to push the high away. And when you get that, you get what they call a very tight gradient and a lot of wind. Here's another look at it, and this has the radar over it. And you can see that high that's up there in North Dakota. That's going to be building in and pushing that front toward the southeast. And those low pressure areas are going to sort of ride east and give us all this wind and rain. So it's going to be a real stormy day on Saturday east of the Mississippi. Now here is actually, this, looking at it, and I should know this is 12 hours out. So this would be around 10 in the morning. So this is where it's going to be. You can see it's going to be into Tennessee pretty well about by then. And this one here, this is 36 hours out. Actually, no, this is 24 hours. This is 24 hours from now, so this is about 10, 11 o'clock on Saturday night. It's going to be right in this area. This is the forecast for it. And the next one we have coming up is going to be the 48-hour one. So this will be around 10 to 11 Sunday morning. So you can see by Sunday morning, it's pretty much has moved all the way over to the coast, that front, and high pressure is starting to build in. But also with that high pressure, it's going to be pulling cold air down. High pressure is clockwise, so it's going to be pulling some of that air down over the Appalachian Mountains. So it's going to be very cold Sunday night. Now let's look at the water vapor, and you can see there's a lot of moisture in the air. Those blues and purples are moisture, heavy amounts of moisture, and it's basically all over Tennessee and further up and up near the lakes. And you can see there in Minnesota and that area, that's what's going to be moving down. And just looking at it, You can see over in Washington State and Oregon that they have some more weather that's going to be moving on shore. So that's going to be rough for them. Looking at like Texas near Houston and that area, it looks pretty good for right now. But they're going to be getting that front too. Um, Now in East Tennessee, we got a wind advisory, and it's from Saturday 10 a.m. till Sunday 2 a.m. at night. And they're looking for gusts up to 40 miles per hour in the area, and possibly higher, especially at the higher elevations. As always, they get higher winds. And this is just sort of a map of it. You can see that brown we were looking at before. Also, on the other side of the border, western North Carolina, they just have an advisory out, but they're looking for winds probably in that 30 to 40 mile an hour range too. Now, this is up in Kentucky. Bowling Green is just a little bit over the border, and they're looking for winds in the 50s, and that's all the way on up into Madison and that area up there in Kentucky. So a lot of wind in Kentucky. I think they're going to get more than what we're going to get here in East Tennessee. And also we're going to have some very cold wind chills on Sunday. So that's something to watch out for. Definitely going to be in the 30s. So we'll have to be careful with that. And Sunday night is going to be a very cold night. I was just looking at that. Now this is the cold front on Saturday. This is for Houston, Texas. And they're going to get a big cool down. They've been running above average temperatures. And they're going to be in the 40s. And that's going to be Saturday night, it looks like. And then on Sunday, they're going to be in the upper 60s for highs. So a big difference from what they had today, which was probably up in the 80s. And right now you can see on the map here, Miami has 75, Houston has 74, Seattle is 45, Chicago is warm with 43 because all that moisture and showers up in that area, and New York is 43. So whenever you get that flow ahead of that front, it's usually warm air. Now this is our lightning, and what I wanted to show you is that out in Colorado out there, and a little bit in Utah, but the Colorado ones have been producing thunder snow. I tried to get a video of it, but I couldn't get it to convert right. But there is some thunder snow out there. Now here is our temperatures. This is the high temperature forecast, and you can see that it's going to be warm just because of that front before it pushes through. It's going to pull this warm air up that has all the moisture in it. And then looking at the lows, you can see that they're not going to be extremely low on Saturday night, but that'll change big time on Sunday night. So we'll be watching that real close because it's going to probably be the coldest night of the year, or this season of fall. And East Tennessee, like I said, they have the wind advisory up. And the late Saturday night, actually probably around 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, we got a 90% chance of rain. And western North Carolina's got a little bit less, around 80. But looking at it, everybody's going to be getting rain. There's no doubt about that. And then the cold is going to be here Sunday night. Western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee is going to be in that 25 area. This I wanted to show you. If you look right there, eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, they are showing possibly some rain, snow, and this is showing this on Sunday. Sunday morning. So we'll have to see. It'll probably only be at the really higher elevations. And this is our tropical area that we've been watching. Still got about a 10-20% chance of development, but the cloudiness is not nearly as much as it was yesterday. And this shows a few of the winds. There's no extreme winds or anything with it. Barbados has 18 out of the east. Now, if you want your forecast to be put up here, just put it in the comments. Our newest one is Houston, Texas. And if you live in the islands, Trinidad, Tobago, Barbados, we can do that. We'll have you a forecast every day. So if you want to be on the list, just put it in the comments. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. And be careful on Saturday if you're east of the Mississippi, because we're going to be getting some pretty strong winds, especially in Tennessee, Kentucky area. And probably a lot of rain, probably 3/4 to an inch of rain. And then a big cool down. So have a great Saturday. We'll be talking to you soon.